Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to explore a profound shift in the way we perceive the challenges that life presents to us. Obstacles, by their very nature, seem to block our progress. But what if I told you that these very obstacles are not barriers, but rather gateways to greater opportunities? Let us consider the power of the present moment. Often, obstacles arise from our perception of time either dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. But when we anchor ourselves in the present, we unlock the ability to engage with any challenge from a place of clarity. It is in the present moment that we find the solutions we seek, free from the noise of time-bound worries. But how do we engage with obstacles without being overwhelmed by them? The key is non-resistance. The moment we resist a situation, we amplify the suffering it causes. Accepting what is, without judgment or frustration, allows us to see things as they truly are, not as we fear them to be. This acceptance opens up space for creative solutions and fresh perspectives. This brings us to awareness. When we are aware of our thoughts and emotions, we are no longer slaves to them. We become observers of our reactions rather than victims of them. This awareness helps us see beyond the surface of the obstacle and access the deeper opportunities that lie hidden within. Every obstacle that arises in our lives, whether external or internal, can be traced back to a moment in time. This moment, which may feel overwhelming or insurmountable, is often colored by our perceptions of past experiences or fears about the future. The first key point, embracing the present moment, emphasizes the importance of focusing on the now in order to deal with these challenges effectively. When an obstacle presents itself, our tendency is often to react emotionally, to spiral into anxiety or frustration about what the future might hold. We think about all the potential negative outcomes, and in doing so, we multiply the weight of the obstacle. In reality, the obstacle itself may not be as heavy as the burden we place upon it through our thoughts. The key to navigating any challenge is to not allow it to define us by attaching to it mentally and emotionally. The present moment is a powerful tool. It is the only moment in which we can truly act. The past is gone, and the future is yet to come. Yet how often do we carry the baggage of the past with us, or project worries and fears onto the future? When we are consumed by these thoughts, we forget to simply live and engage in the moment at hand. This not only clouds our perception of the obstacle, but it also prevents us from seeing potential solutions that might already be within our reach. In fact, by embracing the present, we learn to be present with the obstacle itself. We stop seeing it as something to be feared, avoided, or resented. Instead, we begin to see it for what it truly is, a challenge that exists in the here and now. When we stop projecting past mistakes or future fears onto the obstacle, we can assess the situation more clearly without the distortion of emotion and overthinking. This shifting perspective allows us to open up to opportunities that may not have been visible in the chaos of mental clutter. By staying grounded in the present, we prevent ourselves from becoming overwhelmed. The more we think about a problem or obstacle, the more we amplify its presence in our minds. But when we simply observe the situation without judgment or resistance, we avoid adding unnecessary layers of complexity. The present moment offers us the opportunity to act with a sense of calm and clarity. It is within this state that solutions can emerge naturally. In practical terms, this might mean pausing for a moment to breathe deeply, to center yourself, and to refocus on what is happening right now. When you feel your mind racing with what-ifs or negative thoughts, gently guide it back to the present. Ask yourself, what can I do in this moment? What is within my control right now? The answers will often be simpler and more accessible than we first realize. The ability to embrace the present moment also enables us to find peace even in the midst of difficulty. Instead of running away from or avoiding the obstacle, we face it with openness and acceptance. We allow the experience to unfold without the pressure of needing everything to be perfect or resolved immediately. This mindful approach reduces the emotional toll that obstacles often take on us and allows us to navigate through them with greater ease. By embracing the present moment, we empower ourselves to transform obstacles into opportunities. We are no longer slaves to our past or future. We are free to act with clarity, creativity, and strength in the present. In doing so, we create space for solutions to emerge. And in many cases, the obstacle itself becomes a catalyst for growth and transformation. Non-resistance is a concept that can greatly impact the way we respond to obstacles in our lives. In moments of challenge, our instinct is often to fight against what is happening. We become angry, frustrated, or desperate to change the situation as quickly as possible. However, this resistance only creates more tension and prolongs the suffering. Non-resistance, on the other hand, is the practice of accepting what is, without judgment, and allowing it to unfold without the need to control or manipulate the situation. This shift in mindset offers profound benefits when it comes to transforming obstacles into opportunities. When we resist an obstacle, we essentially align ourselves with the struggle. We fight against the reality of what is happening, and in doing so, we drain our energy. Resistance comes in many forms, from the overtly emotional reactions like anger or fear, to more subtle forms like worry or overthinking. By constantly pushing against the obstacle, we increase the mental and emotional stress that comes with it. This resistance feeds into the problem, making it appear larger and more insurmountable than it truly is. Non-resistance, on the other hand, does not mean passivity or resignation. It does not mean we ignore the obstacle or accept defeat. Rather, it means that we accept the obstacle as part of the flow of life and let go of the need to control or alter it according to our desires. When we embrace non-resistance, we stop fighting the situation and allow ourselves to engage with it in a more balanced, thoughtful way. This acceptance opens the door to creativity and resourcefulness, allowing us to find solutions that may not have been apparent when we were too busy resisting the challenge. The practice of non-resistance is rooted in the understanding that life is always changing, and every obstacle is simply a temporary situation. The more we resist, the more we cling to a particular way of thinking, feeling, or doing. This attachment creates inner conflict and blinds us to new possibilities. When we resist an obstacle, we are often holding on to a fixed idea of how things should be, rotations. Non-resistance, however, involves letting go of these fixed expectations and accepting things as they are in this moment. This acceptance does not mean giving up, but rather adjusting our mindset to flow with the situation instead of against it. When we stop resisting, we free ourselves from the emotional grip of the obstacle. We stop being overwhelmed by fear, frustration, or anger, which means we can respond from a place of clarity rather than reactivity. In this space of acceptance, we can begin to explore creative solutions, as our minds are no longer clouded by negative emotions. The obstacle, once seen as a threat, can now be viewed as an opportunity for growth and discovery. Non-resistance allows us to maintain our peace and composure, even in the face of difficulty, and that is where true strength lies. Non-resistance creates space for us to learn from the obstacle itself. Every challenge, if approached without resistance, carries a lesson. It may reveal something about our own strengths, weaknesses, or unexamined beliefs. Rather than being a roadblock, it becomes a teacher. By embracing non-resistance, we cultivate the ability to extract wisdom from adversity, which can lead to personal growth and transformation. Non-resistance is a practice that transforms our relationship with obstacles. Instead of seeing them as adversaries, we come to recognize them as natural aspects of life that can bring growth, learning, and opportunities. By accepting what is, rather than fighting against it, we unlock the potential to move through challenges with grace, insight, and resilience. Awareness is one of the most powerful tools we can use to turn obstacles into opportunities. Often, when we face challenges, our immediate reaction is to become emotionally charged, to feel overwhelmed or even helpless. However, the key to transforming an obstacle into an opportunity lies in our ability to be aware of how we are responding to it. Awareness allows us to step back, detach from automatic reactions, and approach the situation with clarity and intention. When faced with an obstacle, our natural inclination is to react based on our past experiences, emotions, or habitual thought patterns. These reactions are often driven by fear, anger, frustration, or impatience, and they can cloud our judgment. We may be so caught up in our emotional response that we fail to see the bigger picture, the potential for growth, or the creative solutions that are available to us. This is where awareness comes into play. When we cultivate awareness, we break free from the cycle of automatic responses and open ourselves to new possibilities. Awareness begins with the simple act of observing ourselves, our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors as we encounter an obstacle. Instead of immediately reacting to the challenge, we create space to notice what is happening within us. What thoughts are arising? What feelings are surfacing? Are we experiencing fear or resistance? Awareness allows us to see our inner landscape without judgment, which is essential in the process of transformation. When we observe without labeling our emotions as good or bad, we can begin to detach from them and see the obstacle from a more objective perspective. This detachment is crucial because it enables us to gain clarity. When we are caught in emotional reactivity, we are often unable to think clearly or see the full range of options available to us. But by simply becoming aware of our internal reactions, we create a space between the stimulus, the obstacle, and our response. In this space, we have the freedom to choose how we respond rather than being driven by unconscious impulses. We can decide to approach the obstacle calmly with patience and insight rather than rushing into a reaction that may not serve us. Awareness helps us recognize patterns in our thinking and behavior that may have contributed to the obstacle in the first place. Sometimes we create our own obstacles through limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, or destructive habits. By becoming aware of these patterns, we can break free from them and shift our approach to the situation. Awareness empowers us to make conscious choices that align with our goals, values, and vision, rather than being trapped by old patterns that no longer serve us. Another aspect of awareness is the ability to be present with the obstacle itself without trying to escape it or distract ourselves. Often, we avoid facing challenges directly because they seem uncomfortable or difficult. However, by being fully present with the obstacle, we gain insight into its true nature. Instead of seeing it as something to be feared or avoided, we can begin to understand its purpose and how it fits into our larger journey. Awareness allows us to see the obstacle as part of the flow of life, something that is meant to be experienced, learned from, and ultimately overcome. But how we feel about everything actually has huge impact. So let me give you an example. Awareness enables us to discover opportunities within the obstacle. It helps us to see the potential lessons and growth that are embedded in the challenge. Instead of being defeated by the obstacle, we begin to ask ourselves, what can I learn from this? How can this experience help me grow? This mindset shifts the focus from the problem itself to the opportunity for transformation and personal development that lies within it. Awareness is the lens through which we can view our obstacles in a new light. It allows us to step back from automatic reactions, recognize patterns in our behavior, and make conscious choices that lead to growth and transformation. By cultivating awareness, we are better equipped to turn obstacles into opportunities for learning, innovation, and self-discovery. A shift in perception is one of the most powerful tools for transforming obstacles into opportunities. How we view a challenge greatly influences how we respond to it. Often, obstacles are seen as negative events, something to be avoided or overcome as quickly as possible. However, by changing our perception and seeing obstacles as opportunities for growth and discovery, we open ourselves to new possibilities. This shift in mindset not only changes our experience of the obstacle, but also allows us to find creative solutions that we may have otherwise missed. When faced with a problem, it is easy to become trapped in a narrow perspective. We may fixate on the difficulty of the situation, focusing solely on the perceived negatives. In this state, the obstacle can feel insurmountable, overwhelming, and like a roadblock to our success or happiness. This perception often leads to frustration and stress as we see the obstacle as an enemy or something that must be conquered. However, when we change the way we view the obstacle, we stop seeing it as a threat and start seeing it as an opportunity for learning, growth, or even change. A shift in perception involves reframing how we view the obstacle. Instead of seeing it as something to be feared or avoided, we can choose to view it as a chance to improve ourselves, expand our horizons, or build resilience. For example, when we face a setback in our career, instead of thinking, this is a failure, we might reframe it as, this is an opportunity to learn something new or to reassess my goals. The obstacle then becomes a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. One of the most powerful aspects of shifting our perception is that it helps us detach from the emotional weight that the obstacle carries. When we initially react to a problem, emotions such as fear, anger, or disappointment can cloud our judgment. These emotions often lead us to make hasty decisions, or they may prevent us from seeing a more constructive way forward. By changing our perception and approaching the obstacle with a clear, open mind, we reduce the emotional intensity that can accompany it. This calm perspective allows us to think more rationally, assess the situation more clearly, and find creative ways to deal with the challenge. Shifting our perception enables us to see the bigger picture. Often we are so focused on the immediate challenge that we fail to recognize the broader context in which it exists. When we take a step back and adjust our viewpoint, we may see that the obstacle is part of a larger process, or that it is leading us in a direction we have not anticipated. For example, a job loss may initially feel devastating, but upon closer reflection, it could open up new opportunities for personal growth, career change, or entrepreneurial ventures that we hadn't considered before. This shift allows us to view challenges as catalysts for transformation, rather than as insurmountable problems. Shifting our perception also helps us embrace uncertainty. Many obstacles arise because things are not going according to plan or because we are faced with the unknown. When we shift our perception, we can embrace the uncertainty rather than fear it. We understand that life is inherently unpredictable, and obstacles are part of that unpredictability. By viewing challenges as opportunities to adapt and grow, we welcome the unknown and remain open to the potential that lies in uncharted territory. Changing our perception of obstacles involves a mindset shift from seeing them as negative occurrences to seeing them as opportunities for growth, learning, and innovation. By reframing the challenge and shifting our perspective, we can approach obstacles with curiosity and openness, allowing us to uncover hidden opportunities and transform what initially appeared as a setback into a powerful step forward. This shift in perception empowers us to navigate life's challenges with greater resilience and creativity, turning every obstacle into a valuable opportunity. The power of stillness is an often overlooked yet profoundly effective tool when it comes to turning obstacles into opportunities. In the face of challenges, our initial impulse may be to react quickly, to fix the problem, or to rush through the discomfort. However, in doing so, we often make hasty decisions or become overwhelmed by the situation. Stillness, in contrast, allows us to pause, breathe, and approach the obstacle with a calm and centered mind. This practice of stillness provides us with the space to reflect, regroup, and gain clarity, ultimately helping us to find opportunities that may not have been apparent in the midst of chaos. When an obstacle arises, there is a natural tendency to want to act immediately, driven by the urgency of the situation or the pressure to resolve it quickly. This reactive behavior often leads to stress, confusion, and poor decision-making, as we are not fully present in the moment. By embracing stillness, we break free from this rush to act, creating space to step back and truly assess the situation. In the stillness, we are not merely waiting, we are allowing ourselves to be fully present and aware of the challenge at hand, without judgment or emotional overreaction. This pause gives us the ability to respond rather than react, to choose the most thoughtful and effective course of action instead of being driven by fear or impulse. This is why the more direct and tactful you can be with a person, the more effective and informal reaction they'll turn out. One of the most significant benefits of stillness is that it allows us to access clarity. When we are caught up in the whirlwind of emotions or overwhelmed by the problem, our thoughts can become scattered and unclear. In this state, it is difficult to see the situation with a clear perspective or identify potential solutions. Stillness quiets the mind, allowing us to detach from the noise and focus on the essential aspects of the obstacle. In this space of calm, we can think more clearly, make better decisions, and tap into our intuition for guidance. The clarity gained in moments of stillness enables us to approach the challenge with greater insight, uncovering solutions that may have previously been hidden by the fog of our emotional responses. Stillness also helps us gain a deeper understanding of the obstacle itself. In many cases, obstacles are not merely external events or circumstances, they are reflections of our internal state or responses to life's challenges. Stillness allows us to examine our reactions and beliefs, providing insight into why we are perceiving the situation as an obstacle in the first place. Is it because we are afraid of failure? Is it because we have certain expectations about how things should unfold? By taking time to reflect and sit in stillness, we can begin to uncover the deeper causes of our reactions and see the situation from a different angle. This awareness often reveals that the obstacle is not as daunting as it initially seemed, and it may even show us that the obstacle is an opportunity for personal growth or a lesson in patience, resilience, or adaptability. Stillness fosters a sense of inner peace and equanimity, which is crucial when facing challenges. When we are still, we are not consumed by anxiety about the future or regret about the past. We are present in the moment, and this grounded state allows us to face obstacles with a sense of calm and inner strength. Instead of being overwhelmed by the situation, we are able to respond with a steady mind and a focused heart. This inner peace provides the foundation for resilience, helping us to remain centered even in the face of adversity. The power of stillness also lies in its ability to reveal opportunities that are not immediately obvious. When we are constantly rushing or reacting, we may overlook potential solutions or opportunities for growth that are embedded within the obstacle itself. Stillness creates the space for us to notice these hidden opportunities, whether they are new ideas, different perspectives, or paths forward that we have not considered. By taking the time to pause and reflect, we allow ourselves to be open to the possibilities that lie beyond the immediate challenge. Stillness is a powerful tool for transforming obstacles into opportunities. By embracing stillness, we create the space to reflect, gain clarity, and approach challenges with a calm and centered mind. This practice allows us to uncover insights and solutions that may not be visible in the chaos of emotional reactions or rushed decisions. Through stillness, we access our inner strength and resilience, enabling us to navigate obstacles with greater ease and creativity, ultimately turning every challenge into an opportunity for growth and transformation. Patience is an essential quality when it comes to transforming obstacles into opportunities. In our fast-paced world where instant results are often expected, we may find ourselves becoming frustrated or impatient when things don't go as planned. When we encounter an obstacle, the desire to resolve it quickly can be overwhelming. However, it is in these moments of waiting and uncertainty that patience becomes a powerful tool. Patience allows us to respond to challenges with composure, to give ourselves time to understand the situation and to allow the solutions to unfold in their own time. The lack of patience often leads to frustration and hasty decisions. When we are caught up in the urgency to fix things, we may overlook the underlying causes of the obstacle or miss opportunities that are not immediately apparent. By cultivating patience, we allow ourselves to step back and take a longer view of the situation. Instead of rushing to find a solution, we become more present in the moment, able to observe and assess the situation without judgment or impatience. In this way, patience provides the space for us to make thoughtful decisions, rather than reacting impulsively out of a desire for immediate resolution. So that one of the most important aspects of patience is the ability to accept that things may not happen on our timeline. Life doesn't always unfold in a linear or predictable way, and obstacles are often part of that natural flow. When we practice patience, we acknowledge that the timing of events is not always under our control. We stop trying to force things to happen and instead allow the process to unfold naturally. This acceptance of uncertainty and the willingness to wait for the right moment gives us a sense of peace and allows us to see the bigger picture. In many cases, the resolution to an obstacle may take time, but patience ensures that we don't give up prematurely or make decisions out of frustration. Patience also plays a crucial role in personal growth and resilience. When we encounter obstacles, it is easy to become discouraged or defeated, especially if the challenge seems insurmountable. However, patience teaches us to endure the discomfort and to trust that solutions will arise when the time is right. It is through the process of waiting and persisting that we develop greater strength and resilience. Every challenge presents an opportunity for us to build patience, which in turn allows us to face future obstacles with greater ease and confidence. Patience helps us to develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and the situation. When we are patient, we are able to observe our thoughts and emotions more clearly. We notice when impatience arises, and we learn to navigate these feelings without being controlled by them. This awareness enables us to respond to the obstacle more consciously and to remain focused on the present moment. By being patient, we also give ourselves the opportunity to reflect on the obstacle from different angles, which can lead to new insights and creative solutions that may not have been visible at first. Patience is also important because it allows us to recognize the opportunities that are hidden within the obstacle itself. Often, obstacles present us with challenges that, in the moment, seem like setbacks. However, with patience, we are able to see that these obstacles are actually providing us with lessons, growth, and experiences that are essential for our journey. The opportunity may not be immediately clear, but with patience, we gain the wisdom to understand how the challenge fits into the larger context of our life and growth. Patience is a key element in transforming obstacles into opportunities. It teaches us to slow down, to reflect, and to trust the process. By cultivating patience, we give ourselves the time and space to make thoughtful decisions, to gain deeper insights, and to grow stronger in the face of adversity. Patience allows us to embrace the uncertainty of life and to recognize the opportunities that exist within every challenge. Instead of rushing to resolve the obstacle, we allow it to unfold naturally, trusting that in time the solution will emerge, and with it, a new opportunity for growth and transformation. Gratitude is one of the most transformative practices when it comes to turning obstacles into opportunities. In moments of difficulty, it can be easy to focus on what is going wrong or what we perceive as lacking. Our natural inclination is often to resist or complain about the challenges we face, viewing them as burdens rather than opportunities. However, cultivating gratitude, even in the face of obstacles, allows us to shift our focus from what is wrong to what is right, from what we lack to what we have. This shift in mindset can fundamentally change how we experience challenges and uncover new opportunities for growth. Gratitude opens the door to a positive perspective, which is essential when facing adversity. When an obstacle arises, it's easy to get bogged down by negative emotions and thoughts. We might think of all the ways the situation is unfair or the reasons why it shouldn't be happening to us. This kind of thinking only amplifies the difficulty of the obstacle and often leaves us feeling helpless or defeated. And so gratitude, however, helps us break free from this cycle of negativity by redirecting our attention to the things in our lives that we appreciate and are thankful for. When we focus on the positive aspects of our lives, we create a mental space where solutions and opportunities can emerge. We shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. Obstacles often create a sense of lack, whether it's the feeling of lacking time, resources, or control. This sense of scarcity fuels fear, anxiety, and frustration. Gratitude counters this by reminding us of the abundance in our lives. We recognize the things we already have, our skills, our relationships, our health, our experiences that can help us navigate the current challenge. This shift in perception opens up new possibilities and helps us approach the obstacle with a sense of empowerment. We realize that we already have the tools and resources to overcome the challenge, or that we can learn from the experience and grow through it. Gratitude also encourages resilience. When we face an obstacle, it's easy to feel discouraged, especially if the challenge seems difficult or insurmountable. However, gratitude helps us reframe the situation, reminding us of past challenges we have overcome and the strength we have developed. By recognizing and appreciating our ability to handle difficulties, we strengthen our resilience and increase our confidence in our capacity to handle whatever comes our way. Gratitude helps us see each obstacle as an opportunity for growth, as a stepping stone toward a stronger, more capable version of ourselves. Gratitude promotes a sense of acceptance and peace. When we face obstacles, we often resist the situation, wishing things were different or that we were not in the predicament we find ourselves in. This resistance increases our stress and prolongs our suffering. Gratitude, on the other hand, helps us accept the situation as it is, acknowledging that challenges are a natural part of life. This acceptance doesn't mean we give up or resign ourselves to defeat. Instead, it allows us to approach the obstacle with a sense of equanimity and openness. We accept the challenge and appreciate the lessons and opportunities it brings, which leads to a more peaceful and productive mindset. Gratitude also fosters a sense of connection. When we express gratitude for the support and resources available to us, whether it's the help of others, our own inner strengths, or the circumstances that have led us to this point, we recognize that we are not alone in our struggles. This sense of connection helps us see that obstacles are not isolating experiences, but rather opportunities to strengthen our relationships and build community. Gratitude invites us to lean into the support we have around us, making the process of overcoming obstacles feel more collaborative and less daunting. Gratitude has the power to transform our perception of obstacles. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. This shift not only alleviates stress and anxiety, but also opens us to new opportunities for growth, creativity, and resilience. Gratitude helps us to see obstacles as opportunities to learn, to develop new strengths, and to cultivate deeper connections. By cultivating gratitude, we are better equipped to navigate life's challenges with grace and a renewed sense of possibility. The final key point, the idea of embracing the process, is vital when it comes to turning obstacles into opportunities. Life is rarely a straight path, and the journey is often filled with unexpected twists, turns, and challenges. These obstacles can seem like detours, frustrating our plans and delaying our progress. However, by learning to embrace the process, accepting that the journey itself is as valuable as the destination, we begin to see obstacles not as roadblocks, but as integral parts of our growth and evolution. Embracing the process encourages us to cultivate a mindset of continuous learning. Each obstacle we encounter offers a unique opportunity to learn something new about ourselves or the world. By embracing the challenge as a learning experience, we become more open to new ideas, perspectives, and ways of thinking. Instead of seeing failure or setbacks as defeats, we view them as opportunities to refine our approach, adjust our thinking, and improve our methods. This mindset of growth is crucial in turning obstacles into opportunities, as it empowers us to find creative solutions and to approach future challenges with curiosity and resourcefulness. Embracing the process is a transformative approach to turning obstacles into opportunities. It invites us to see challenges not as disruptions, but as integral parts of our journey. By accepting the process, we shift our focus from external outcomes to internal growth, develop resilience and creativity, and cultivate trust in life's unfolding. In doing so, we transform every obstacle into an opportunity for personal evolution and deeper self-awareness, ultimately leading us toward greater fulfillment and success. Turning obstacles into opportunities is a profound shift in perspective that requires a deep commitment to personal growth and resilience. By embracing key practices such as shifting perception, cultivating stillness, practicing patience, expressing gratitude, and embracing the process, we can transform life's challenges into powerful catalysts for growth. Obstacles are not roadblocks, but invitations to discover new strengths, explore untapped potential, and develop greater self-awareness. When we approach challenges with an open mind and heart, we allow ourselves to see the opportunities hidden within them, ultimately leading us toward a more fulfilling and empowered life.